Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your Love Tarot forecast. This is for June 1st through June 15th, 2019. I'm going to start the reading off by pulling a couple of cards here to see your overall energy in regards to love and romance over these next 2 weeks, Scorpio. All right, so we have Drama Queen, oversensitive and dramatic. And we have captivation, an inescapable connection between two souls. So Scorpio, you may have a sensitive soul on your hands this week. Those of you who are committed or just kind of like dating somebody without a commitment, they look to be a bit sensitive and over dramatic and blowing things out of proportion, much bigger than it needs to be. Scorpio, or this could be you, over these first 2 weeks of June, just feeling really sensitive and upset about maybe something that happened and making it bigger than what it was. And that's what I want to emphasize with this card, regardless of how this plays out in your romantic energies, is making things a much bigger deal than they are. It's not as bad as it looks. It's not as bad as it feels. It's just emotions are really overstimulated. So that's either in you or somebody that you are involved with romantically, okay? However, if we're fighting or not seeing eye to eye, Scorpio, it's okay, because you guys have a connection and you will get through it. You will work through it, okay? For those of you who are single, you may meet somebody over these next 2 weeks and you guys are just instantaneously drawn to each other, and the emotions between you guys is just so much that it's big. It's like you guys are lost in each other, okay? Now, I guess I could say that for couples too. I didn't really feel that vibe so much for couples, but this is a general reading, so it could be that as well, where you guys are just so like in love, but this in that aspect, that feels like a newer connection, newer relationship to me, where you guys are just lost in each other 100%. Okay, so let's pull some more cards here to gain some more insight, Scorpio, because that's a good start. And again, those of you where there's some oversensitive emotions, it will pass, okay? So just hang in there. All right, how many is that? 4, so we need one more. Okay, so the first 4 actually dropped out. What do we have? We have completion, elevation, evolution, manifestation. Yeah, so the oversensitive, the being really upset about something, like that is going to pass, Scorpio. However that's playing out in your romantic situations, like it's going to pass. It's not even worth getting involved in it. So like, if your partner or who you're dating is just being impossible, just let him sulk, let him, go into timeout, let him pout, whatever, because it's just the energy is what I feel, and so it's not worth getting feelings hurt. It's not worth addressing. It's not worth it, because it's going to pass anyways, and it's just like a cycle, something that's playing out right now. All right, so we have the divine feminine of flames. Could be a fire sign that you're involved with, Aries, Leo, Sag. Also, with this Scorpio, those of you who are single, this could be a fire sign coming in, and this completion is the ending of your singlehood status, because there's just this crazy magnetic connection between the two of you. Now we have another queen coming out, the divine feminine of thoughts. And so this could be air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And lastly, we have life lessons, discipline, growth, maturing. So what I see here, Scorpio, I don't really see that as two different people. I suppose for some of you it could be, you know, if you're a Scorpio where you've been kind of seeing two different people, it's like you're finally coming to a decision over this first 2 weeks of June of who you really want to be with, okay? And you probably see one of these people as highly emotional and dramatic. However, you know, people who are very emotional and dramatic, they tend to be a lot of fun, very exciting, good between the sheets. Just gonna put that out there. But, you know, when their emotions are not in check, they are a wet blanket. They're really hard to deal with. So it's like you're with some person you could be talking to or dating somebody who kind of has that energy where they're a lot of fun, they're really spontaneous, it's exciting, it's high energy, but when they're low, and it just sucks. It's like when they're in a bad mood or a funk, it's and then this person over here, I feel is not as emotionally based. You might actually find them kind of maybe closed off, distant, aloof. They're not, they don't operate from their emotions primarily like this person does, okay? However, you feel the connection at a soul level. This would be somebody you can really talk to, great communication, somebody you feel like you could trust them, probably very responsible, successful in whatever it is that they do. Very different energy from this, okay? So some Scorpios, I feel like there's two people, and this one is the side that like this person, like that relationship is dissolving. It's like completion, and I feel like you're going more off, or you're gonna like pair up, get committed to the air energy, whether they're an air person or not. It's just I don't know, this feels more stable, okay? So for those Scorpios where there's two people, the air energy person feels more stable, and like there's a deeper connection there, like soul. This could be emotional and, you know, it's fun and all these things, but I don't know, this side just feels like it's a deeper connection. So if there was any, like, who do I go with? I would say go with that energy over this energy. Now, those of you who are single, these two energies could be coming in for you, and I just feel if that's the case, you're definitely, the relationship's going to move quite quickly because you guys feel so compatible with each other. One of these connections that's coming in for you. Those of you who are committed, yeah, this is just what I see. Somebody in the relationship is very sensitive, very upset, like just, I don't know, maybe even in a funk, and they're being emotional about it, moody, maybe angry, grumpy, just all of those things that we don't want to deal with. But again, it's going to pass. Like there's the completion here, and they move into this energy where, you know, instead of being overstimulated emotionally, now we're in the logic of our mind, and we're coming from a very mature, grown place in our decisions and how we're behaving, etc. So Scorpio, this could be the person that you are involved with, or this could be your own energy where you've just been in a funk, everything's been upsetting you. You might even feel like, gosh, I'm over myself, and it's gonna pass. There is like some sort of soul growth going on here with that popping out right there. So let's pull some more cards, Scorpio. All right, so we had one had a fly. Whoa, okay, man, your cards are just jumping. So, patience and timing, and that's coming out under this completion, and that's a lessons card, okay? And we have abandonment, and that's coming out under this divine feminine of flames. So yeah, those of you where you're talking to or dating a couple of people, I feel like one of those relationships is going to end over this first 2 weeks, but it's not like you're crying about it. This is just somebody who I feel is too much for you. Now we have other influences, and we have true forgiveness. Yeah. Okay. So those of you who are kind of single and dating a couple of people, yeah, you're gonna walk away from one of these people. Like I don't even feel like you could deal with them anymore. And then on this side, this person, you know, I feel maybe they were involved with some other people, or there was just other things going on in their world, and that's kind of what has kept them, you know, a bit aloof, kind of distant. And so I don't know what the shift is here, but it's almost like you guys are gonna just start becoming really close like that, kind of out of nowhere. And there's some forgiveness that has to come into play. Like, you're like, hey, why were you so distant, or why were you like this? And it's just, at this point, I felt it's kind of water under the bridge. If this person chooses you, like, they choose you, and that's that. They're not interested in anybody else anymore. And so I just, those of you who are talking to or dating a couple of people, or you meet two new people, by mid-June, I just feel like you know the one that you want to be with, and it's like a mutual attraction and connection. Now, those of you in the committed relationship, now, it's just the same thing, okay? The heaviness, the oversensitive emotions, the moodiness, all of that, it's gonna pass. There's a lot of energy coming at the person who's ever feeling really sensitive and just kind of, you know, snappy. There's a lot coming at them energetically, whether they're aware of it or not. They just could have a lot of stress going on at job, with family, with friends, you know, you name it. And there's a sense of overwhelmment. They might not even be talking about it. If that's your partner, or even if it's you, Scorpio, you might not even be really sharing the depth of what you're going through. And so that's why I'm saying it's about soul growth, especially with that card there. And abandonment is going to leave, like this dramatic drama queen energy. That's what's going to be abandoned. And it's patience and timing. Like the cycle's got to complete. The soul growth has to be finalized. And then with the true forgiveness, it's like I said, you guys are just going to be fine. You're going to kiss and make up, and all is well. So it's like whatever you couples are going through, it's going to pass. It's just kind of a natural passing of it, because again, it's about soul growth, and that's what's causing all these weird little oddities to happen, and you know, this person being in a funk. So let's pull some more cards. Man, yeah, I think you guys have the most jumping cards. Spirit wants to make sure. Okay, let's see. Our jumper was, oh yeah, look at that. Four of ego energy. This is where somebody feels sad and hurt. And you know what? What I get with this Scorpio is the person who isn't being the drama queen is the one in this energy where it's like, I don't deserve this. Why are you acting like this towards me? Like, and so there's some hurt, and that's why the true forgiveness shows up. So yeah, those of you who have been putting up with this energy from your mate, I get that you're kind of like, oh, I'm at the end of my rope with this. But again, Scorpio, it will pass, okay? And the damage that has been done, there is forgiveness and healing that's coming in. Under abandonment, we have the Two of ego energy, which is all about playing with somebody's heart. To me, that speaks more about those singles out there where you're either kind of talking to or dating a couple of people, or you're meeting a couple of new people these first 2 weeks of June. This drama queen energy, they're just not even worth it, man, because now we have Two of ego energy, which is somebody who is just playing with your heart, like it's for their own gain. What can I get out of this? This is more of amusement for me, rather than trying to truly connect on a soul level here. Next out, we have a consciousness reprogramming, and that's I love it. So this comes out under this divine feminine of thoughts. And so to me, again, this for singles, this is where this person, it was kind of like they were a bit distant, but now like they're in, they want to be with you. Like they've made up their mind. And when they make up their mind, that's that. They know what they want. Okay. They may be very indecisive, but when they finally decide, that's it. And that's why it takes them a while to make big decisions, or even if you don't consider them big decisions, it's because when this person decides, they're not going to go back on their word. They're not going to change their mind no matter what. Okay. So once this person decides it's you, that's it. Like, it's you, and that's all they want. That's all they pursue. Those of you who are coupled up, what I'm getting about this is the person who's super sensitive, it's the soul growth. There's shifts and changes happening in the subconscious mind, and that's how they come out of this funk. And again, they will be stronger for it, whether that's you or your partner, much stronger for it, because all of this was happening for some soul growth and some consciousness shifting, which ultimately only makes you guys stronger once this heavier energy passes. And now we have Karmic Contract Journey coming out under True Forgiveness. Okay, so I kept, like, through this whole reading, feeling like separated, but I don't really have any cards that were talking about that, so I didn't really bring that scenario up in this reading, Scorpio. But with this ending it, I just have to say, some of you, what I think is going on here is you may have been dating somebody and they were just kind of playing with your heart, playing with your mind. They weren't really, trying to be serious with you. And it's because there was something else going on in their life. They were either dating somebody else, or there was still somebody else on their heart and their soul. Karmic contract journey, it's karmic energy that they needed to complete. And ultimately, I feel that separated you guys here with this abandonment and ego energy. Like, you realize you're only playing with my heart. I'm just a space filler for you. Like, I'm not doing this, even though you felt your connection to them deeply at a soul level. And now, these first 2 weeks of June, Scorpio, this person could have gone through a lot and now has come to the conclusion that they were wrong in how they originally treated you. And now they want to try to come back in and have a second chance with you. If that's the case, I do believe, Scorpio, that they have had a change of heart. Like, they've woken up a bit about that other connection and what it was, and then they really are feeling that soul essence, that connection with you, an inescapable connection between two souls, that captivation. So that is a message I'm kind of picking up here at the end. It was trying to come through, but like I said, I wasn't feeling it. So that gave me the confirmation I needed. All right, so let's pull 2 final cards, Scorpio. All right, so we have a solo journeys end. Yep, there you go, you singles, right there. I don't know, you could either be dealing with these two, or there's like these two energies coming in over these first 2 weeks of June, and boom, it's just, you're gonna really connect, okay? Once this person like decides it's you, and that's just it. And this person, you're just, no, this is not who you are compatible with, okay? And when I say fire sign, air sign, again, these are just energies I'm talking about. This over here could be your fire sign, okay? Just don't get caught up in that. I only say that because people really like for those energies to be defined in readings, okay? And in a general reading, it's kind of really hard to do that. So I want to make that clear that I'm not saying the fire sign is crappy and the air sign is gold. I'm saying the energy of this person who has a fire personality is and I'm not saying fire signs are dramatic. That honestly, I'm a water sign and I would give drama to the water signs before I'd give it to anybody else. So with this, it's like whoever this is, they're very fiery personality, but they're very dramatic. They're highly emotional. They're hard to deal with when they're just kind of off on a tangent. Whereas this individual is much more balanced, logical, stable, and when they decide something, they're going to follow it all the way to the end. And I just feel, Scorpio, that this person is like, I want you, Scorpio, you're mine, and that's that, okay? Those of you who are coupled up, This to me is that confirmation that whatever this heavy energy is going to pass. And again, you guys are going to be stronger for it. Those of you where this is somebody coming back in, again, I feel they're very genuine, Scorpio, that they have had a shift in consciousness and they choose you and they want to be with you. And lastly, over here we have some jealousy going on. That to me is just more about, I feel, the singles, okay? This energy here, I don't know, you might be torn between these two people because I feel like maybe over here you have a lot of fun, okay? It's really intense. When it's good, it's out of this world, but when it's bad, it's like, oh. And over here, it's, I don't feel there's those extremes, not for the good, not for the bad. It's much more of like an even kill type of energy. And so maybe you don't feel as much excitement with that person as you do with this person. So, you know, there could be just some imbalance in you trying to decide or figure out who you are most compatible with. I would say if you want to just have a fun fling, boom. If you want something that's actually long lasting and has true potential, go with this person, okay? And you know what? Those of you who are coupled up with that jealousy going on, some of this issue, this over dramatic, could be like somebody's ex is like trying to show back up, and it just like it's causing some uncomfortableness and insecurity. But what I feel, if that's the case, Scorpio, for you guys who are coupled up, whether on your side or the side of your partner, if you guys, either one of you have an ex coming back in, it's a karmic, okay? And I don't feel like you need to worry about it. It's just going to fade away. It's like this person is intentionally trying to insert themselves, but because they're a karmic, I don't feel like it has the power to really screw up what you have with your partner, even if you guys are upset about it right now, okay? It's going to pass. You're going to move beyond this and be stronger for it, for sure, okay? So, Scorpio, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.